Hello and welcome to Session 0 of Dark Future Dice, Book 3, The Imposter. My name is Pat and I play DP.
I'm Lindsay and I play Barb.
And I'm Titus and I will be your GM/referee.
All right, so let's introduce a little bit of what this is going to be, because maybe you didn't hear at the end of the last episode. We're going to be transferring our sheets, our character sheets from 2020 to Red. We're also going to talk a bit about like what we want, what me and Lindsay would like to see out of the book, and give Titus some ideas. We're going to do some lines and veils, talk a bit about some other mechanics that we're going to be introducing, and that kind of stuff. Basically, what we would do sometimes off mic, we're going to do on mic, because y'all seem to like that for the first book, and seem to miss it when we didn't do it in Fast and the Furious. So here we go.
Yes, here we go.
Before we get started, though, we go. Hold on, stop.
Hold on,
though. I'd like to thank our Patreon producers, Christian Fish, Zetz, and Dr. Satan RX. And I'd like to thank Cyberpunk Red's creators, R.Talsorian Games. So, yeah, take it away, Titus.
Right, so how did we end Book 2? We ended it inside a simulation. With Barb and D.P. Entering into a weird world being controlled by a simulation created by Biotechnica's Dr. Hellman. Okay.
We got on the elevator, which to me at the time seemed like the
only way out.
If we do this, we're going deeper into the rabbit hole. But I kind of get the sense that it would have happened if we went in the elevator or not. We took the drugs. We're in the simulation. But I don't know. That was how I felt at the time. So yeah, I guess. Do we want to spoil? We don't want to spoil anything for what's going to happen in the first episode.
I don't really. Yeah, I want to keep tight-lipped on that, I suppose. Because it's kind of woven into what Book 3 is going to be. So I don't know. I don't know what to talk about really in this section too much.
Okay.
We can maybe just refresh a little bit on what happened in Book 2. It was the doll maker. It was about finding who was causing who was freezing people into these kind of weird. I guess you'd call them
Catatonic
states, and then posing them into strange kind of frozen scenes that seem to match old memories from the research station before some kind of big incident ruined it.
It featured Alice being the AI. I mean, there's going to be, I should say, there's spoilers for Book 2 in this recap, obviously.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to Book 2,
go back,
listen to it.
Yeah.
But Alice was the AI that, they were trying to shut down using Barb, and Barb achieved that goal. We kind of played into, whether we wanted to or not, we kind of played into Dr. Hellman and her kind of crew's hands by just doing exactly what they wanted, so that we could be saved, I guess, because we were all in a bad state with Gorgon on us, and Gorgon being all this stuff that paralyzes you. So we think. Oh, I wanted to mention a couple plot threads that were kind of left dangling. I feel like that might be interesting.
Well, yeah, I was gonna mention on the business side of things, TLB Ltd started a meat hawking company, as well as just regular decon services for the island of Arcadia Bay. And that didn't go so well.
Yeah.
The Holiday Gang kind of outsold us and left us out to dry.
Yeah.
By the end,
I got a little revenge.
Oh
on
yeah,
Christmases. You know.
That's true, but that is the dangling plot thread.
Mm-hmm.
What happened
What's
with
the fate of TLB, LTD?
What's the fate of that important corporate conglomerate?
that's owned by Zygot, or what was it called?
Zygoptera.
Yeah.
There's a couple things like I think I gave my letter to the police officer who is named what's her name?
November
Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins.
I gave my special letter to her
Your most valuable possession. Yeah.
to like send it to my mother if I make it out alive.
Safekeeping.
So I don't know what happened to that, but we'll see. Maybe.
Yeah.
The other plot that was up. Your sister Deborah is still mysteriously kind of missing as far as we know.
Yeah,
we never tracked her down, but she seemed to be kind of either leading us to some of the answers or somewhat involved in the whole situation.
She's involved with Daughters of the Storm, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That organization I agreed to be a part of.
You never confirmed this, but you thought that a mission that you got was from her deep inside the AI core within the old machine, in the ruins of the
arcology.
In the ruins of the ruins of the arcology.
Right.
I see.
Machine's decommissioned now.
Oh no.
We didn't just unknowingly kill Deborah. I don't know.
The rest of Barb's family should be fine. Wait, no, Grigor died.
Grigor did die.
But Roxandra should be fine.
How did Grigor die again?
He was frozen by the Gorgon, and and left him, and you had to leave him inside the cages,
right? Because you couldn't carry both of them.
Yeah. Poor Grigor.
Yeah.
Right. So some of the NPCs were left hanging, kind of in flux. A lot of people had questions about them.
Yeah, there's been talk about who was at the dinner in the simulation and who wasn't. And I actually, can you want to do a refresher of that?
So the people that weren't, and I'll have to double check this, but according to my notes, the people that weren't were Psychodiogenes, Vapor Harmful, and Zen.
So Zen wasn't there. Okay.
So Sleazy Chan was there.
Yeah.
Alloy Knight was there.
Alloy Knight.
Chip was there.
What was her name? Roxy was there, I think.
Was
Roxy
was
there?
November Higgins there?
I don't think so.
Don't think so. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. If you want to talk more about the recap or whatever, we can. But we can move on if you want.
What? Wait. What happened to what was her name again? Short hair, bandages, has a giant hammer.
Greta.
Greta. Right. What happened to Greta?
She was grievously wounded in the attempt in the NAVFAC facility. And she was in the simulation.
She wasn't.
Your sister was too. You infected, I think, both of them with.
With the anti.
Yeah.
Shit.
Which totally was not that.
No.
Thanks.
I mean, I don't think it was.
What was his name again?
Shane Deacon. Ugh. Not Shane Dawson.
No. I didn't know about Shane Dawson.
Yeah.
I made the name Shane Deacon. So. Sorry, everybody.
It's not your fault.
There's a comment we got.
Yeah.
Someone, after we talked about who's Shane Dawson.
Yeah.
We started thinking that he was the main character on Dawson's Creek.
And then someone
that's where our mind went. Yeah.
And then one in the YouTube comments was just like in all caps and exclamation.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson is a
YouTuber.
I was like, oh my god.
We know now.
Yeah.
We know now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Thanks.
So that's that.
All right. Nice recap.
Thanks for illuminating us. We always appreciate comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
We'll do a more, I guess, thorough recap when we
for chapter 1.
For chapter 1. Or I'm going to try to kind of well, I don't want to get any spoilers, but we'll try to, because I felt like, I guess I'll just say that I felt like in book 2, the prologue was a little like heavy, exposition heavy. So I'm going to try to weave that exposition into the actual game a little more.
Okay.
For book 3. So we'll talk about it, but one of the things that I need from both of you as we're playing is just to ask for reminders if I mention something, and that way we can kind of talk about it as it's happening in book 3, as it relates to something in the past.
Okay.
Right. I think that's better anyway.
Yeah.
And we'll try to do something fun with concentration too, the skill, like remembering details from it,
Yeah.
and that we can bring up.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I'd like to try that out and try to, instead of have too much of a prologue for book 3, to just try to get right into the story and deal with the past as it comes up.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. So yeah, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is some mechanics that we have to introduce, I guess, or that we're going to be. Is it? I guess it just says cyber deck on the thing, so I don't know.
No, character sheets first.
We're going to do the character
yeah.
sheets, but
Okay.
in terms of mechanics, I do want to mention we love Cyberpunk Red. It's almost perfect. Unfortunately, they accidentally, I don't know why, didn't include a fumble chart, but don't worry. We got you covered.
You're making your own fumble chart.
Yeah, I'm just adding that because for some reason they left it out, but sure, it's just an oversight.
Maybe some people found it a little too punishing.
Never heard that before. I think it's integral to our experience to have fumbles, so we're going to try to homebrew a little fumble system.
Yeah, like when we did Fast and the Furious, we talked about before just using all the rules as are, not doing anything to test how we like it.
Yeah.
And because we thought maybe we would want to add a fumble table, but we just wanted to try the game as it's meant to be first. And now we're like, yeah, I think fumble tables just like add something to the sometimes the outrageousness or the comedy of a situation or whatever. So
yeah,
I think it's cool to bring them back.
But you both graciously convinced me not to include stuns, even though I'm very sad.
No more stuns. God.
It's just
I like the way the HP works.
How people feel about it. No, not really, actually. I love them, but it's a collaborative effort, and so it's a give and take. So
Okay.
I'm giving you guys that one. We won't have stuns in it.
Oh, so gracious of you.
Yeah, they just kind of. My problem with them is it just felt like it was. You just get taken out of the action so often. Like, okay, well, I don't have anything to do. I'm just sitting here. Stunned,
Guess I'm just.
And then you have a bad roll, and he's like, stunned again, missed a whole.
Especially if your body
so
sucks.
punishing.
Yeah, like how are you gonna get under?
Yeah,
for sure.
To see them go.
Okay. Well, we'll stick with that. But fumbles are back, and
Fumbles are back, baby.
I'll try to post my custom fumble table in the Discord and on Patreon. So if you're not a member of either of those, join. What are you doing?
Well, you'll have to ask us for an invite code for
it is
the Discord.
It's a bit of a weird system where you do have to ask us for a code and then we'll give you one. But
Patreon, you can sign up whenever.
That's true. Yeah,
That's easy.
Nothing's stopping you.
for sure.
Okay, so let's move on to doing the character sheet update. This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We opted to not go with a system for updating, like straight updating the characters from 2020 to Red. We're going to kind of redo them, I guess.
Yeah.
Try to keep them in line with, the old characters. So no one's going to suddenly be good at tech because neither of you were ever good at that.
No. Or medical stuff. Or anything.
There's
or dance.
Or dance. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, there's some leeway because
maybe I have learned to dance in our time.
Yeah, because I mean,
the entire time in the simulation, just doing like DDR
doing ballet.
or whatever.
DDR.
Yeah.
To Barb. Well, I can't. She's still dancing. I don't know what. She's been doing this for a millennia.
It's my way of coping.
I guess I do owe you guys experience.
Yes.
So
It's gonna be tough
what's
for
happening?
you. I know, to just squeeze those out somehow.
Squeeze them out. Ew.
my experience stone.
Yeah.
Let me just give it a squeeze.
Blood.
Leave that
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, so let's pause now and
Okay.
get set up, and then we'll
Yeah.
come back. Yeah.
We'll need
and
our die.
we'll tell you what we did with our character sheets.
Yeah, so I thought we were just going to easily just put some stats down, but there was a little behind-the-scenes drama that happened
Oh my god.
out here.
I threw a
where-
chair at Titus.
Yeah, it got quite heated. Maybe, Lindsay, you want to explain what happened?
Well, Titus seems to think that when it comes to our ranking as characters, that we are still starter characters, even though we've been through 2 seasons or 2 books of this story. So I thought it would only be fair to bump up a rank to like strong supporting character, major supporting character. So
Not
that
even a
gives us-
minor hero.
not even a minor hero, just major supporting character,
Which
which
would mean
gets
we'd
a
have
pool of
70
70 stat points to choose from.
Yeah, this is going to really hurt my reputation of being a hard-ass referee.
Oh my god.
I did cave on this one.
Well,
After
now
much debate.
Like even better, you'll be like hard but fair. Which people like more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate pinnacle.
That's the
Man.
best kind of man. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I strive for. So, yeah, I did. We said okay, we'll do that, but the game, I'm gonna have to up the difficulty of everything a little bit.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair. You already upped the difficulty in book 2. I couldn't in book 1. I would have been able to convince one of the Christmases to allow me to sell meat in their store, but in book 2 it was like, oh,
Nuh-uh.
the hard second level of the game.
Not happening.
Just joking. Okay. So,
Yeah. So why don't we go through your new stats?
all right. I'll start with mine. So now I have an intelligence of 9. That's right. DP is friggin'
DP's a
smart
genius.
now. I mean, I used to have an 8, so it's not that much of a difference. Ref of 6. Dex of 6. Tech of 3. Cool of 9. Will of 9. Luck of 7. Movement of 6. Body of 6. And empathy of 9.
Did you mention tech?
Yes, 3.
So
So I guess I'll just go over the differences. Like I said, intelligence went up a point. The cool will wasn't a thing in 2020, but basically what will is now is what cool was in 2020. So that's why it's a 9. And cool now is more is like more what you would use for persuading and just being a cool character.
Yeah.
Kind of it is what it is now. So that made sense to kind of have those kind of be the same because those, I don't know. It made sense to me, I guess.
For sure. I mean, those interpersonal skills were what DP specialized in. So yeah, I agree.
And I went up a point in luck because now I know to use luck.
I know, right?
Finally learned.
Finally learned.
Finally learned how to use
That's
luck.
the arc.
That was my arc in the 2 books.
Yeah.
My movement allowance is the same. Everything else is the same, basically.
Okay, great. Lindsay?
Yeah, so Barb has an intelligence of 7, a ref of 8, dex of 9, so she can do like backflips now. Tech of 5, cool of 6, will of 6, luck of 7, move of 8, and body of 8, and empathy of 6.
Okay.
Decided to make her a bit more empathetic because of all the helpful deeds she's done for people.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
She clearly cared a lot about different
Yeah.
people. And
I mean, I joined the Daughters of the Storm, so that's pretty
Dogs
major.
of the Storm? Did you say Dogs of the Storm?
No, the Daughters of the Storm.
the dogs of the
I
storm.
heard Dogs of the Storm.
No,
They're like the crappy cop.
they're crappy. Yeah, they're the ones that Chip started.
Yeah, the Chip.
The Chip
They're just
Foundation.
dogs that work for the daughters. Basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That has to be in book 3 now.
So,
Okay, we'll get to that part of the.
okay, and then I guess you want the differences. Intelligence stayed this. No, I actually put less in intelligence because I feel like my brain is a little bit of mush.
Okay.
Being in that simulation for so long.
So what did you used to have?
I used to have 8.
And now you have a 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ref stays. Oh, yeah. Ref, I gave 1 less as well.
I don't know about that, really.
Yeah, I mean, I had to make the points work, and I wanted to put more in Dex.
Okay.
So,
There's something you can take from, because I don't think you should really. Ref's like your main stat. I feel like as a solo. So I wouldn't recommend going down in that.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll figure that out.
Yeah, maybe we'll have an update once we get to the skills. But yeah.
What's what else?
my tech stayed the same. Cool stays the same. And will is like, didn't exist, but I made it the same as cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And the luck, stayed the same. Move used to be movement allowance, I guess, and that stayed the same. And my empathy, like I said, I boosted that up by 1. So my old empathy was 5, 3 of 5, because of my cybernetics, but 5 baseline.
Yeah. Now it's 6.
Now it's 6.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, I guess we'll go back off mic and figure out what skills we want to put into our characters now and how to translate those, and then we'll be back and give you some updates about what we did. We are back. We're back. So we did a whole bunch of stat stuff here. We won't go through every skill stuff here. Then we won't go into every nitty-gritty detail about what points that we have in what things.
We basically tried to move over your old skills to your new skills, but then add a
few more points.
A few more for some improvement points.
Extra 10 points. Spoiled for choice now.
Yeah. And we also bumped you up from rank 4 to rank 6.
Yeah, for our roll ability, which we'll talk more about later. Yeah, basically nothing major, no major changes for DP. It was a little interesting to kind of translate some of the skills from 2020 to Red, because there's no street deal now, and that was like one of my stats that I had like the highest points in. I had like a 7 in street deal.
There's a lot of like expansion on the interpersonal stuff.
Yeah, and like now there's just there's a lot of social skills to kind of choose from. So I just kind of spread what points I would have just like dumped into street deal into a bunch of different things. Like there's a business stat now or a skill, so I put 4 in business.
Okay, you got a 4 in business. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I was super curious, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and I put a bit in bribery too. I put 3 in bribery. I put 4 in trading, because I feel like those are all kind of
so
similar.
Trading is day trading, right? Like stock.
No, I think it's like like dealing.
I'm supposed to look that up.
I think it was like street dealing. It's
like barter.
I guess I kind of thought, well, if I'm going to do any like street deals, trading would be part of that thing. In Streetwise, I put like a 6 in Streetwise. So that's kind of like how I spread out, like made sense of not having a street deal anymore. I also bumped up some things that I looked back on and being like, I had a very low stat in human perception for some reason, which seems kind of pivotal to like what my build is. I used to have, where is it? I think I had like a 2 or something, or
human perception.
In human perception, and now I have a 5.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I have a 2 in human perception. Because I didn't add anything to that basic skill.
Yeah, I had a 2 in my old character sheet in human perception, which it's pretty low.
Pretty low, yeah.
But I use that a lot.
Yeah.
So I bumped that up a bit.
We're putting, and just for reference, the skill trading is the skill of striking a good bargain with a merchant or customer.
Yeah.
Oh,
that makes sense.
So it is kind of like
There's also no expertise thing, so I had a 2 in food I was an expert in food.
Right.
I don't have that anymore. I don't know how to. There's no like equivalent skill. So I just, took the L on that one.
No one cooks in this world.
Yeah.
There's no appreciation for natural food anymore.
I think that's what happens when someone steals all your meat and hoards it to themselves. Like culinary culture, just
we're in
downhill.
in the time of 2045. Like no one eats real food anymore. It's all synthetic kibble and shit.
Yeah. What do you mean? You could still put
business is out the window.
still put some spices in that, I guess.
Yeah, some booster flavor packs.
You guys did nonstop.
Take the ramen pack and you dump it on your synthetic meat.
How many different places you guys go to eat food?
Yeah, I know, right?
You had
dumplings, burgers,
like
taquitos,
fried
pizza.
You ordered like
so much
Neo Alfredo or something.
Well, I stole a ravioli.
No, you stole the ravioli. Yeah.
Didn't pay for that.
No.
It's fine. No cooking for me right now.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Lindsay?
Okay, so mainly everything's the same except I've added 5 to animal handling.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Wow.
It's a chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a big part of your whole
Yeah. And then I added some sea vehicle tech and pilot sea vehicle tech stuff too.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But everything else is, like it's all body skills and fighting skills for me.
I didn't put anything in animal. I didn't even see animal handling as
it's in education.
Oh man.
You didn't really have that kind of special bond with Chip.
It's true. I just kind of admired the cuteness of him. I forgot to mention.
Definitely what I was going for in the design.
I also forgot to mention that I did put a 3 into forgery. I didn't used to have that skill at all.
Right.
But it's recommended in Red for a fixer to have some in that skill.
Oh yeah, I did an interesting one in body that I didn't have before too, which is contortionist. I put 2 in that.
Oh,
yeah, we would have
to mention
we would have probably rolled first. Like if you were doing some kind of contortion move in 2020, I'm sure you would have had some equivalent skills that we would have used instead. Like we would probably lumped it in with athletics or your martial arts or something. So, and you have martial arts, right?
Yes, I have a lot of martial arts, and I learned my lesson and put points into personal grooming and wardrobe and style.
How many points?
Not a lot. Like personal grooming 4. And wardrobe and style too.
Oh,
personal grooming of 4 is pretty good. Yeah.
I have a 1 in personal grooming, but my cool stat is 9, so I end up
make
with
up
a 10.
for it by being cool. You make this.
You make it work.
Yeah, you make it look super cool. Yeah.
And a 1 in wardrobe and style. I've learned nothing from that, basically.
I'm like this. I'm also like the stealthiest person you've ever met. Like,
okay,
my stealth skills are off the charts.
Mine are mediocre at best.
Well, that's good. That's awesome. I'm loving that. Okay. And then we're going to maybe talk a bit about the rank abilities and how they've changed.
Roll abilities.
Right. the ranks of the roll ability. Yeah. So for Fixer, you have the roll ability Operator. It gives you 4 kind of unique powers. Your contacts, which is a list of people that you can get in contact with, other fixers. You'll still have to pay for what they offer, but you have pretty good contacts. Reach is the highest price category of items that a fixer can always source.
Whoa.
Yeah. If they use their influence, they can also create a night market, and apparently all the prices and the categories available. So yeah, there's a thing where you can set up a night market essentially and make sure that you can get certain items.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and haggling, which is probably what you use Street Deal the most for in 2020.
Right.
And also grease, which is your ability to kind of blend with other social groups or cultures.
That's called grease?
Yeah.
Grease, yeah.
Grease is
You think grease of bribery, but going in a different direction here.
So basically blending.
Yeah, so it's a lot of what Street Deal could do. It's just, I guess they're more specific now about what each of those things is. So, yeah, I'm liking that. And then to go over to the solo, now just a reminder, in 2020, your combat awareness was added to your perception rolls, and it was also added to your initiative. Now it's kind of a little different in that you take the points you have in your rank, in your roll rank, in your roll rank ability, in your roll ability rank. And you can spread them around to kind of deflect damage, to ignore fumbles, and then the classic ones like initiative or add to your perception, and then sort of other things where you can get pluses to attacking people with armor or pluses to attack in general.
Yeah.
So
what we're going to do is probably print out these sheets and then give them to you separately as we play. And I will try to remind you, Lindsay, of like, do you want to change your combat stuff around? We'll try to be a little bit more lenient because basically you can change it around anytime outside of combat, and you can change it around for an action inside of combat. But I'll try to remind you at key points that you can change it around.
Sure.
As we get used to using it.
not that there's going to be any combat, but hey, would you like to change your...
No spoilers, but you might want to...
You might want to reconsider your strat.
So if I'm going to use these things, is this just just something to keep in mind within the fiction that I have contacts, or is that just like, hey, I want to use my contact ability or whatever?
Well, we like, in this, I like to make the contacts characters so we can have scenes with them. I think that the Chunk Scumper stuff from book 2 is pretty good, so I want to maintain that, but we're going to have to reveal that, I suppose. I don't think we can do that right now. You know what I mean? So you might be a little bit nerfed at the very, very beginning.
I guess I'm just wondering, like, is it a move that I do, or is this just like a thing to remember about my character, that I have reach, that I have contacts, that I have grease? It's just stuff to remember. It's not like,
you don't actually have to roll for it.
Grease.
Yeah, no. You don't have to roll for that. You roll for haggling, right? Because you're trying to strike a deal, that sort of thing.
But the difficulty on that roll might be lower than it might be for other people, I guess, is the way that plays into the mechanics, right?
Well, you get your operator rank added to it.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit, okay.
For when you're haggling, which is different, I guess, from trading. I don't really... We'll have to figure out how that works. Because you do have a trading skill, so... I don't know.
Well, so wait, there is no haggle skill.
That's right. It's kind of like, remember when we were playing in Fast and the Furious, I had that maker skill or whatever it was to like manufacture a grappling hook. It's very similar to that. Right. So we'll write it down at some point.
So then I'd roll trading and then add 6 to it.
So you'd roll, it says here the equation is your cool plus your trading skill. Okay, good.
Yeah, okay.
Plus your operator rank plus 1d10.
Okay.
So it does add to your trading skill.
Okay, wow.
So not bad on that one.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll make better meat deals this time.
There's not gonna be meat dealing.
With the skill that I have in trading, I would just basically, I could just fart at the guy and he would be like, yes, I'll take
it.
And so your reach is more it's kind of like you'll always be able to get certain things at a price category.
Okay.
And you can set up the night market, which is something you can do, it says once a month or something. So probably once during the campaign.
Okay.
Or there during the adventure. And then the context is just...
That will happen through story.
That will happen through story, but you basically do have you'll have contacts with different expertise. And the grease thing, the only way that that affects your skills is that you get an extra...
language. Okay.
So that'll be cool.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know what language that'll be yet, because once the setting is revealed, then I'll choose what language seems relevant to the setting.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. And also, you can choose which cultures you kind of get along with. And there's no actual rules on the mechanics of that, I think, but it's just that, that they're basically allies of yours.
Okay.
Or at least friendly to you. Or you're at least able to, like, blend in with those groups,
Right.
Yeah.
All right. There's a lot of cool stuff with the Fixer now. I like it.
Yeah. They had tried to sort of expand the Fixer in that source book for 2020. And I think they kind of took a lot of the ideas that were in there and, like,
refine
them, So I'm happy with that. And I kind of like that the solo now, you can... Whereas before it was like very much about going first all the time and being able to spot any kind of ambush. Now you can kind of change it around. You can play that more, or you can play more of a damage or tank solo. So it's kind of cool that you have a little more choices in that, and that you can kind of make those choices on the fly. So I think it'll be interesting, but it's just mechanics that we'll have to keep in mind as we go and play. Okay, cool. So that is skills.
So next thing that we want to do is we're going to talk about this
cyberdeck stuff.
Cyberdeck stuff.
I realized we'll have to do your cybernetics and your equipment.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
true.
Yeah. So we'll finish up your characters, and then we'll come back and briefly touch on that, but then we will talk about the cyberdeck thing.
Okay, great.
Okay, great. All right. So we took care of some cybernetics.
That we did.
Equipment was easy. We have none.
Yeah. Decided to sort of deal with equipment narratively, and we'll have a part where you can suit up later on. But mainly it was moving over old cybernetics to the new red rules, but each of you got something new, right? So it's worth talking about.
I got a skin weave now. So I got some armor when I don't have any equipment. That'll be nice.
Okay, cool. So a skin weave on top of you had a neuralware
processor
and
a chip to learn how to drive my motorcycle, which we'll decide whether that's important skill to have anymore, I guess.
Well, it's any land vehicle now.
Any land vehicle.
Yeah.
And a slice and dice monofilament blade, which has been nerfed, much to my chagrin, in red, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
You have a higher rate of fire now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Less
true.
damage.
Less
but
damage,
higher
more
fire.
rate of fire.
You could slice twice.
Yeah. Slice so nice they did it twice.
Slice dice is nice when you use it twice.
And for mine, I just took enhanced antibodies, which is basically the same thing that I had before, where I can heal faster. But
rather than nerf it, it's now
they buffed it.
They buffed it.
very buffed.
Yeah, well, healing works
kind
very
of
differently.
It was pretty pathetic in the
Well, it's just the way that healing worked in 2020,
Yeah.
which was basically you like recover half a hit point after resting for a while or whatever, or each day.
Each day.
It didn't matter whether you rested or not.
No.
But now, if you rest, you have to rest basically for 12 hours
to take effect.
But if you've done that, you gain your body, whatever your body stat number is, back to your health.
Back
or
to
your
full
HP.
health.
No. So like if you have a body of like 6,
then you
get 6 hit points
heal
back
that
to your
Okay.
HP.
Right.
So,
But only after you've rested for 12 hours.
yeah. But I have this enhanced antibody, so I heal twice my body. So I will heal 12 hit points.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a major difference.
Yeah.
Pretty magnificent. And the other thing, the extra thing I took, is a subdermal pocket.
Little flesh pocket.
So
Little
gross.
flesh pocket, 12 by 4 inch flesh pocket,
12 by 4 inch?
2 by 4 inch.
Wow.
That's a little, that's
God.
a foot.
Long pocket.
Yeah, it's on my outer thigh. Kind of in
They were originally going to go with
We're
inner
making
thigh.
suggestions.
Yeah.
Pat turned those down.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna put it on my butt. I feel like that'd be uncomfortable. And I didn't lose any empathy, but I lost 5 humanity.
Yeah.
I'm at 85.
More kangaroo than person now.
Nice. Okay, so
So as we said, we're going to handle equipment narratively in the story. So it's time for you guys to suit out a cyber deck. As I said before, a mysterious character. Who could it be? Is helping you. A great netrunner who will remain unnamed.
Alloy Knight.
An unknown. What? No. And you can suit up a cyber deck because we're going to try to play through those sections when this unknown fantastic netrunner is helping you out.
playing it on
Yeah.
thick. Now I know it's Alloy.
I know it's Alloy Knight.
Why not?
No,
I can tell when you're lying.
could be,
It's been too long.
but it's no, it's a surprise. I don't want to spoil it. Okay. So
Fair enough. Okay, cool. So
yeah,
what we got to do?
We're gonna do that.
Cool. It's that hacking campaign that we talked about way back.
We're adding it in here.
All right.
Unfortunately, not with the 2020 rules that
No.
everyone wanted, but the red rules
enough.
are better. I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, they're better for net running.
What do we want to pause the recording real quick?
Yes.
Okay, and we're back. We've worked on a cyber deck, which is a little close to home right now as my computer, I don't know if you know,
Waiting for it to come in currently.
the computer I was previously editing and recording on broke, and we've had to replace it. So right now we're recording on my laptop, and waiting for the computer parts that we ordered online to come in. Thanks to the Discord for helping us put that together as well.
Definitely.
And also thanks to the patrons for allowing us to pay for it.
Would not be able to continue this if we didn't have your support. And
Absolutely.
quite literally. Because
100%.
just to be clear, that laptop is like a little baby laptop. It just could not
I can't edit
handle
on
the
it.
pressure of
No.
editing this entire show.
No, or making music for it.
Yeah.
So, building a cyber deck was a lot more easy to understand, weirdly.
Than actually doing it in the real life. Yeah.
What do we do? What do we build?
Okay, so we got a suite, I guess. So these are the programs we're going to be using. And we got free reign. We got a whole free reign on the budget. So we got a few basics. Your worm kind of program that I think it allows you to find backdoor exits easily.
I can
Check that.
So worm is increases all backdoor checks you make by +2 as long as the program remains rezzed. Cool. And rezzing is just they have a certain amount of hit points and then they de-res. And I think there's a cooldown before you can. I don't think that means that they're totally destroyed.
Right. They're just inactive.
Just off the table for a while.
Yeah, and backdoor, I just assumed we don't really know much about the hacking mechanics.
It's
So
getting
we'll
around
learn
passwords or
Yeah.
gates. Yeah.
We'll learn as we go along, but a lot of them are pretty transferable to like combat skills or just like stealth skills and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then we got an eraser, which I like the icon description for it. It was like a little pink blob with bubbles, apparently.
Yeah. It increases all cloak checks by 2.
Just kind of like net running stealth. Yeah.
Okay, and we also got your basic armor. Just protects you, I guess, in cyberspace.
Yeah, lowers all brain damage.
Brain
received by
damage.
4, so that's nice.
Ban hammer. Shout out to Kieran. we had to get the ban
On
hammer.
the Discord, yeah.
And then deck crasher, which is a pretty intense I think it's a anti-personnel.
And
Yeah.
Netrunner is forcibly removed forcibly and unsafely jacked out of the architecture, suffering the effects of all rezzed enemy black ice they have encountered in the architecture as they leave.
Intense. Yeah.
And then we got a sword, basic sword.
Just does 3d6 damage.
Sword and armor. That's cool.
Sword and armor. Yeah, the sword is anti-program.
Hopefully the character that you're playing that's using these that'll work thematically. Hopefully.
Like a knight or something.
I mean,
Alloy Knight. We got We got a see ya. See ya.
Yeah.
Don't know what that does. I like the name of it.
It increases all Pathfinder checks. So basically,
It's a navigational tool.
Yeah, you can navigate through.
Makes it sound like see you later.
Yeah.
But it's actually I see
see
more.
ya.
I
see more.
Architecture.
Yeah.
And then anti-personnel black ice we got for our last 2 slots.
Yeah, the big
got
old Kraken, right?
Big old Kraken.
So you can release the Kraken and do 3d6 directly to a Netrunner's brain.
Yeah, we're going to be destroying brains.
Pretty intense.
Yeah.
So that's our cyber deck or cyber suite.
Yeah.
Pretty excited to try this stuff out. So if you're confused by the rules, we'll be learning it as we go as well. So
Yeah, if you're confused by the rules, we still are a little bit as well. But
If you're not, bear with us.
yeah, we'll try to edit it together in a competent way and make it fun. But we really wanted to add net running into this, so I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about some lines and veils. If you're not aware of what those are, it's like basically a safety tool for when you're playing TTRPGs. You ask around the table what kind of things are off the table as far as storytelling and
Or themes.
and what kind of things are okay but should maybe not be explored in detail. So that's lines are the things that are not okay, and veils are the things that you shouldn't explain in detail.
Yeah, and we'll have sort of like a stop-go system going that can be used at any time. So even if something isn't in that category, the players always have the ability to hold pause on things, and if it's getting uncomfortable.
Yeah, so our lines are racism, transphobia,
Homophobia.
We included any kind of phobia in that as well.
rape or sexual assault, animal abuse, disease or illness, or anything that's just like very similar metaphorically
too relatable
to a
real stuff.
illness,
Illnesses.
and child abuse. And veils is body horror and sex scenes.
Yeah. Like there was body horror in book two to a degree, but none of that necessarily bothered either of us.
No.
So like that kind of stuff is probably fine, but we're just kind of like
Expect the level of that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess.
And we'll just keep a close eye on things because we do like to keep it kind of dark and scary in Dark Future Dice, but if we want to make sure everyone's comfortable. So
sure, as well as
you can always adjust the scene
Yeah.
if it's too much.
Yeah, for us and for you, the listener. So the one thing that we talked about that was maybe is a sticking point for some people is gore. Like we're okay with a certain level of gore, and obviously
And violence,
there has been a certain level of gore. So that's not going to change necessarily. So
No.
if that bothers
We'll
you,
make trigger warnings in the descriptions for each episode too.
Yeah,
we
if
haven't
it
done that before, but
Yeah.
we'll try to do that more often.
Yeah.
And it is handled kind of lightly, I'd say, in most cases.
but we have in the past used people's arms.
We have, taken it to an absurd.
Yeah, I think that's what I meant by
Yeah.
lightly, is that it's sometimes comical and absurd more than
Like lingering.
Graphic, I
Yeah.
guess.
Graphic.
Yeah. So those are the lines and veils. We haven't necessarily done this in the past because we're kind of have known each other for a long time. But even for people that you've known for a long time,
It's good
turns
to
out
know.
It's good to just know specifically what bothers each other.
Yeah, and it's like I guess the reason why we hadn't really used it before is because I didn't really know about this stuff when we started the podcast. I had kind of dusted off the old Cyberpunk book, and we started playing just the way I would have done back in when I did it as a teenager. So but having played with other people, we were introduced to these concepts, and we think that they're good tools. So
Yeah.
Sure.
we're trying to use them going forward.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Next thing that we're going to talk about, we talked about what we don't want to see. What do we want to see
In our electric dreams.
Yeah, we're
For this
calling it Electric Dreams, but it's essentially just, I guess, kind of our hopes for this book.
Wish list, if you will.
Yeah, like things that you guys want to see happen or explored.
This is something that we do usually off mic
Yeah.
all the time. We'll just talk loosely
Openly,
about it, and
yeah.
openly about like, well, what do you kind of want to see, without going into much spoilers or anything like that. So yeah, not a new thing, but we just thought we'd record it. Titus is going to take some notes, so you'll probably hear that in the keyboard, and you'll probably hear
Mindy.
Mindy.
Stop getting her names mixed.
They rhyme.
If you think the keyboard will be loud, I can write it down on paper and
it's
then
fine.
transfer it over.
No, it's
As
fine.
long as they know what's going on, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're Mindy is roaming around with her noisy collar. So sorry
It's
about
good.
that.
We know where she is at all times.
Electric Dream. So, did you have anything to start off with?
I was thinking in terms for Barb, she doesn't have a lot of. I guess she kind of made strides in connecting with her family, like her blood relatives, and also connecting with the Daughters of the Storm. But I feel like she needs kind of like a companion in her life, whether that be like an animal or like a person or something.
Okay. Do you have a preference?
No, not really.
Right here. I mean,
But yeah, like
He
DP is like, you're like a partner in crime, but you're not reliable. Like you have your own machinations that I kind of have to work with.
yeah, that's fair.
I guess I'm worried because like I don't want to try to force it. Like if I'm like, oh, this person would be perfect for you, but you're not feeling it. So maybe we need to figure out how you can indicate to me if NPC is resonating, or if a character or animal or whatever is resonating with you, that you want to move that along. But I'll try to put options up for you.
Okay.
But I don't want to,
You're like, here's your new best.
Yeah, here's your new best
They're
friend.
perfect
Yeah,
in every way.
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll figure out a way of you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I don't think it would. It could just be kind of crappy.
Yeah.
To be
Or
like,
forced. Yeah.
here's your love interest, or here's your new
Child. Here's a child you never knew you had.
here's
What?
here's a child. But yeah, like I'll try to put options on the table for you for that. 'Cause that's a cool thing to explore. But I'll also, like I said, try to make it more your choice.
I don't really know for DP. I think like in the last, by the end of the last book, he kind of felt like he had betrayed Barb in a weird way, and also sort of sold out and
Sold out, like in terms of the TLB.
yeah, I don't know. Like he sided with the
Oh yeah.
corporation and just like gave them what they wanted.
Right.
Sort of to protect everybody, but also he also feels bad about it. Obviously, that's kind of a misguided reading on it. He didn't do.
Yeah.
He's not him.
I don't think anyone's holding that against him.
Did it of her own volition.
Yeah.
But, okay, so are you comfortable with exploring that? Because I should have asked earlier, but I think that's a pretty interesting route to go, to be honest.
Like a guilt kind of trip.
Kind of the guilt of him and feeling like he betrayed them, or
just I guess maybe the complicated emotions that might stem from that.
sure, yeah. I mean, that's where I feel like his character is gonna go when maybe I don't know. I can't promise. We can't promise anything where anything is gonna go.
Yeah.
But like, or where he is when he wakes up from the simulation. And then the other thing that kind of tangentially related to that is he did it, I guess, to hopefully pay off his debts with his family, and that whole thing. I don't have any place that I want that specifically to go, but I'm just interested in what happened with his debt, and that was so integral to his whole drive before, and I don't know if that gets paid off. Where does it go from there, or if it didn't get paid off, there's something's obviously changed. Like,
yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah,
That's good stuff, I think.
I think we talked about before when we briefly discussed this a while ago. Just a general kind of we still like the mystery thing, so like maybe a little bit.
That's
more.
a good thing you like the mystery.
I mean, that's Titus's MO.
They don't have too many tricks in the bag, and that's the kind of stories I like to write. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I remember us saying that we book 2 was very horror driven, and we were interested in maybe book 3 being a little bit more mystery driven, even though there was a mystery and horror wrapped up.
Yeah.
I think having horror elements in there is still
fine.
really fun, and
Yeah.
I like to make music for that too, so
Yeah, I think whereas I think the way I want to go was book 2 was like the sort of the dark chapter, or I mean not chapter, book. The dark book.
yeah.
Yeah.
Of the trilogy. So I think that if I were to like go genre more, it would be more like a thriller than out and out horror this time around.
Okay, cool.
So there's still like tense stuff and there's still scary stuff, but it's not so but it's more wrapped into kind of the mystery and more kind of grounded a little, I think.
Okay, cool. I'm totally into that. What about you?
Yeah, I like that idea. I like solving a good mystery, even though I put no points into deduction ever.
Yeah. I mean, there's different ways of solving things.
I'm more of the like Humphrey Bogart fall ass first and everything.
That's kind of both of us.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you are interested in seeing?
I guess I'd like to drive something again, you know? Like if it's not my motorcycle, then it's like a boat or a cool car or something. Because I got those skills now.
Just to drive.
Yeah, just to drive.
But
I got that.
We do have a
Fast
whole
and Furious,
we have
spirited
whole
me a little
campaign
bit.
of driving.
Yeah, I really like that.
I'll try with the drive.
Okay.
Promises on driving.
Okay.
But I might be able to work that in.
I just don't drive in real life, so it's like I like to fantasize that I can drive.
Right.
I guess this is a one that I'm not sure of, but maybe a new location. I don't know if that's planned or I can't
Think so.
Set it somewhere else, but I don't know. That was one thing I thought about.
Like somewhere other than Night City,
Or other than
or other than the last.
the
Somewhere, yeah.
like Arcadia Bay.
Arcadia.
Yeah. It can
Yeah.
still be in Arcadia Bay. I don't mind if it is or anything. I've just thought,
You're just interested in exploring a different
yeah.
type of town or something.
For sure. For sure. Even if it were to take place in the same location, which I'm not saying that it is.
It'd be
but
drastically changed.
It'd be drastically changed
Yeah.
after 25 years.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
The culture will be all different.
I like to always get a new setting going anyway. So
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Cool. All right. If that's it for our Electric Dreams, I want to quickly mention some Patreon stuff.
Yeah, for
sure.
And then we'll start signing out.
Okay, great. I wanted to say that everybody at the $20 tier on our Patreon, if you haven't submitted your characters, please do so as soon as you can. And if you're having any trouble with that, you can message me on Patreon. You can message me on Discord. You can email me at Titus at Rocket Adrift, and I can help you out. But the sooner I get those, the sooner I can kind of incorporate them into the story. And if you were a patron at the $20 level and you had a character last time on book 2 and you want a new character, you can also resubmit a new character if you want for this book, or if you were happy with your character from book 2 and you want to see them continue through book 3, we can do that as well. But
Yeah, there were some people that were worried that since some of the
They were worried that we killed
audience
off their NPCs.
Yeah, some people were worried that the NPCs were killed off, and it's not.
no, but one person in the Discord correctly assumed that I would not
No.
do that to the Patreon
yeah.
NPCs. I would certainly not kill them off.
No.
Off screen. So
No.
yeah, just if you want to, you can also just poke me and remind me of your character if you're worried about that. But anyway, $20 NPC characters, get them in, remind me, or make new ones if you want.
Yeah.
Or update for Red.
Or
you
update
want?
for Red.
Yeah.
You have the Red rules and you want to
Yeah.
update them, you can do that as well.
We had talked about potentially closing this tier or upping the price because the number of Patreon NPCs have like gotten higher and higher, and it's harder for you to incorporate them all into the story.
Yeah.
And
We might you can put limits on the tiers.
yeah.
So maybe we'll have we'll put it down a new limit.
Yeah.
for NPCs.
Maybe we'll just say that we might be putting a limit on it. But yeah, okay, we can do that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
obviously people who've already submitted,
Already submitted,
you're
Yeah,
covered, don't worry.
It's one of those things where at the time we didn't have a lot of
Yeah.
patrons at all.
Yeah.
And then we opened this tier
And
up, and
we've
it's been
grown.
great for
Yeah.
us. So we totally appreciate it all.
And I
but
really
it does make
wanna-
it difficult for Titus to kind of tell a
Wrangle
coherent
everyone,
story
yeah.
and give you all these NPCs their due time.
Oh, you know what might be useful is just making a channel in the Discord for it.
Maybe
That's like only open to people who are NPC tier.
potentially.
Yeah, we could do
Yeah.
that. That would be good just for my organization.
Exactly.
Purposes.
Yeah.
Just because like all these NPCs are in different places.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we get them all together.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we'll leave it open for now because, to be honest, we could use the money. But
Yeah.
I'm willing to like
Popular tiers for sure.
Yeah, it is.
We might
So-
we might also make rules for just how long they last, maybe, or
Right.
something. Well,
It's tough
we have to
because
figure
sometimes
something out.
narratively,
Yeah.
the character becomes more important than another one, and you don't intend for that to happen, but it like it's just the nature of storytelling. Sometimes it leads to that.
We might have, well, I guess just keep in mind that tier is subject to possibly change in the future, but we're gonna keep it open for now.
Yeah. I really want to try to get people like, as satisfying as possible to have their character in the game, because we really appreciate your support. So, but yeah, I think there is a point where it won't be satisfying for anyone because there's
too many. Yeah.
And they just show up, say a few words, and leave.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not
so we'll keep an eye on that. But it is in the future it may change. So if you are thinking about it, pull the trigger now, I guess.
Yeah. Do it now
We're not
before we
trying to do a
change.
hard sell.
Yeah.
This is the conversation we've had before. So,
But yeah, it could change. I guess that's what I'm saying, and for the reasons that we mentioned.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's it for that stuff. I guess, again, I want to thank our Patreon producers, Christian Fish, Dr. Satan RX, and Zets. Thank you to all our patrons. As we said, it's been a huge help.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
And thank you to R.Talsorian Games.
I mean, the computer is just another example of literally how we couldn't do this without
Yeah,
support from
before it was the interface, and now it's the computer.
Yeah.
So
We just need those equipment
there's
costs covered.
Definitely equipment costs that play into this. All right, so the other things that we want to do is just tell you a bit about our game. If you know, Raptor Boyfriend: A High School Romance is out now, and some of you maybe skipped Fast and the Furious, understandably, sure. But go listen to it if you haven't.
Yeah, it is.
Listen to it already.
Really good. Yeah.
But if you did and you're coming back now, the game that we talked about all the time before, Raptor Boyfriend, the game that we had been working on for nearly 3 years, it came out last month, and
There's a free playable demo too.
we just as of recording this, we just released a free playable demo that you can go and download and play episode 1 of the
game. Yeah.
7-episode game and get an understanding of whether you enjoy it, and then pick it up.
And also, it's just if you do want to help us out, if you do want to support us, but you aren't ready to make a commitment on a monthly basis like Patreon would demand, like buying our game is a great way to actively keep the lights on at Rocket Adrift, because so I don't know, consider that as well.
Yeah, and if that is kind of your inspiration for going to do it, you can go to itch, where the game is on Steam and itch, I should mention. And on itch.io, it's DRM free, and you can also name your price above what we've listed, which our price is like $15.35. What is that?
Yeah, $13.95.
$13.95 on itch. And so if you decide that you want to, this is your moment to donate one time to us, and you want to give us a little bit more, you can do that on itch.
Yeah, and we get a better percentage on itch.
You get what did we get, like 95%?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'd greatly appreciate that. We also appreciate you listening and sharing the podcast.
Rating us on your podcatcher as well. That always helps us out and always brings a smile to our face to see those great ratings come in.
Yeah, we read them.
Reviews and all that stuff. Reviewing it as well. You can follow us on Twitter at Adrift and talk about the campaigns and stuff like that, and Dark Future Dice with hashtag Dark Future Dice, where if you shout out the podcast, we might name a character after you. It's not the same as having your character.
It's the same as a paid tier. Yeah, but
I did more of that in Fast and the Furious because I didn't want to, use up the Patreon NPCs in the temporary arc. But so that kind of stuff.
And if you want to join the Discord, get in touch with one of us through
Twitter or Patreon.
Some people have been commenting on YouTube. It's not the best way, but we'll try to get back to you on that application as well.
Don't message us through Facebook. We don't use Facebook page.
So
don't ask.
Some people do that. Don't do it.
Don't do that. Don't do the Facebook thing. We never check that.
You can,
just anything else but Facebook.
To be clear, the Discord is a private Discord, and we found that that's helped
moderation.
Have like a nice community there. So we may make it public in the future, but right now we're keeping it private. So the only way to get in is to message us on Twitter. You can just tweet at us on Twitter or email us and ask for a link. And then we'll send it to you.
Definitely.
Okay, so that's it for us. We will see you next time.
We'll see next time. We'll see next time. We got to get the computer together.
But hopefully in a few weeks, and we will have episode 1 of Book 3. So exciting.
I'm excited too.
All right, we'll see you then.
Okay, thanks for everything. Trans rights and Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.